it's not real, but it helps us to learn lessons. So that would be like the boy who learned words that you guys read right last week. So what I want us to look for in this book is, since it's fiction, it is teaching us a lesson. It's teaching a lesson about this fish's feelings. So we want to be watching throughout the book how his feelings change, okay? So now looking at the front cover, we're going to make some predictions. Okay, I'm going to ask two questions. So first one, why do you think he's alone?
He has no friends.
He has no friends. Why might he not have friends?
Maybe people think he's weird.
Okay. And why do you think he has these shiny scales on? You don't know? Do you think that maybe there'll be a good thing or a bad thing later in the story?
I mean, if he's born with it, I guess it's a good thing.
You guess it's a good thing? Okay. Alright, so we're going to look through some pictures. Not the words yet. We're going to look at some pictures and some words that might be hard before we start, so that way we can read the best we can. Alright? Okay. So the first one I want to look at.
It looks kind of derpy.
Yeah. The first one I want to look at here, in this picture he's frowning. Okay?
Yeah.
You see his eyebrows, he looks a little worried, he looks a little surprised, he looks a little sad. Right? So that's just one picture.
Squid.
Yeah, it's a big octopus. So then we see one picture he's sad, and now we see this big octopus or squid. So I want you to be thinking, why might he be here? Because before he wasn't here. So we're going to learn why he showed up in our story. So you don't see him again.
Baby.
Yes, a little baby. So now a word I want you to see is this word peculiar. Have you ever heard peculiar before?
No.
Peculiar is a weird word, and it kind of means weird. Peculiar means kind of strange or weird. So here it says he has a peculiar feeling. So he's not too sure. It's new or it's strange to him. Okay?
I have that feeling.
Yeah, you have it sometimes? Yeah, so do I sometimes if I have to do something new that I don't know about. Like when I had to come into this class, I didn't know any of you guys yet. You didn't know this. I kind of had a peculiar feeling about it. Okay, and another word. Have you ever heard of the word here, possessions?
No.
So the sentence is his most prized possessions.
Oh yeah, I have from movies.
Yeah? What do you think it means?
Prize.
Well, yeah. So here, his prized possessions. Possessions means things that you have, things that are yours. So, like your glasses, that's one of your possessions. Your map, it's your possession, something that you have. Okay? All right. So before we read it, the purpose of reading this book, what I wanted to teach us, is I wanted to learn to make connections. Okay? That's the goal. You know what a connection is?
Like this, kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it's something that maybe me and you have in common. So I don't have mine, I also wear glasses. So that's a connection that me and you might have, right? So I'm going to make a connection into this book. And there's 3 different types of connections. We're only going to focus on one today. So one type that we're going to look at is called self-to-text. Take your jacket off first. You want to take your jacket off? Okay. Maybe that was fine too.
I like dinosaurs. That's a thing.
That's a cool sweatshirt. Okay, so what we're going to be looking on is called self-to-text, which means we're going to relate ourselves, our personal thoughts and experiences, things that we know about us, to the text. So I'm going to make one relation, a connection between me and our rainbow fish, okay? I'm going to go look at, not at his sad face. I'm going to look here. I'm going to connect to this page. So here, we see our fish in our picture. We see him sharing with the little fish, right? So I'm going to say, and what is he sharing?
Food.
Food, close. This is one of his little shiny scales. So a scale is something that's on our fish, right? They're covered in scales. Helps them glide through the water.
That is so cool how they like printed it.
Yeah, it is. So I'm going to write, the first sentence, I'm going to write, the fish was sharing
One of his fins.
his scale And the connection that I could make to this fish is that when I'm in school and I have little fish around me, little students, I share my knowledge. I share things that I've learned and I share them with you. So I can write, I like to share knowledge with students. So my connection here, this is myself. I was sharing knowledge. And my connection to the fish is that he was sharing his scales. So we weren't sharing the same things. I don't come to school and share my scales with you, right? No. But we were both sharing, so that's the connection I want to make. So now I want for us together to make a connection, okay? I'm gonna look back on this page here. Okay, I wanna pretend that this is you. You are this rainbow fish. And he's surrounded by all of his fish friends. Can you think of a time that you are surrounded by your friends in school?
I mean, yeah, and especially in the bus, but sometimes when I'm in at my house, I get to hang out with my friends in the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood? Okay. So we can say your connection, our example here can be that the fish hangs out with his friend. Friends. Plural, thank you. And you said that I hang out
with my friends in the bus and the neighborhood.
my friends in the bus and neighborhood. So where would our connection be? What is the same between you and the fish?
We have friends.
Right, you hang out with friends. Hang out with friends. That's a connection. So again, you're not hanging out with fish after school.
No.
No, you're not hanging out with all your fish friends. This is just something that you and the fish have in common, that you do the same. Alright, so now I want you to go ahead and read through it. You just read it aloud. If you stumble on any words, I'll help you. And then afterwards, we're going to answer some questions on it, okay?
The rainbow fish. A long way out in the blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but it had the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were very shaded. Of blue and green and purple were sparkling silver scales among them. It ripped. The other fish were amazed by his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. Come on, Rainbow Fish. What they would call come and play with us. But Rainbow Fish would not just lie past, proud and silent, letting his scales swim.
Yeah, so they all
What
wanted,
is that? Is that seaweed?
yeah, it's like a sea plant. So they all wanted to take him, and he was just gliding past. Didn't want to listen.
You know those bushes at the beach? Sometimes I don't like going near them because I'm afraid there's like a snake.
This ball belongs to Lonely.
That's why I don't like
Who
them.
does it belong to?
Because there's like snakes in the water and
Yeah, there are sea snakes.
yeah. One day a little blue fish followed after him. Rainbow fish, he called, wait for me, please give me one of your shining scales. They are so wonderful and you have so many.
He's asking for his scales.
Yeah, basically.
And this is where he was sadly looking at him. Let's see what it says.
What a good word that the dazzling. Swarmering scales with no one to admire them. Now he was the loveliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he pulled poured out his trouble to the starfish. I am really beautiful. Why doesn't anyone like me? I can answer that for you, he said. But if you go betray the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you. Crab. Crab. Have you ever eaten crab before?
Describe the clothes you like to
I'm
wear
at
in the fall.
there's like a seafood place not too far away from here, and they had like dead fish like just laying out. It doesn't smell bad. And then, thank God. And sometimes they have like a little container full of crabs, like they're alive. And they have like a fish tank full of lobsters.
Let's see if that happens here.
The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly 2 eyes caught him in their glare. An octopus emerged from the darkness. I have been waiting for you.
Wow.
The waves have.
Yeah, they water.
The wave told me your
Good job. You can
story.
color the words right here.
This
Like,
is
get a
my
marker
advice.
or
Give a
color pencil and just color
glittering
and make it look
scale
nice
to
and fall.
each of
The colors.
to
Fall,
each
use
of
fall.
the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy. I can't, rainbow fish started to say, but the octopus has already disappeared into a darkness cloud of ink. Give away my scales, my beautiful shining scales. Never. How could I ever be happy without them? I mean, if you think about it, you can't be happy with like something made of love. Lobster.
I think that.
Yeah, you're right.
Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back.
What do you not like?
Rainbow fish, please do not be angry. I just want one little scale. Rainbow fish were only one very, very small, shimmering scale. He thought, well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. Carefully, rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much. The little fish was probably playful as he trod the shiny fish and among his blue ones. A rather particular feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a very long time he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale, glittering in the water.
I got a few more.
The little blue fish went through the ocean with his scales sailing, so he didn't take long before the rainbow fish was shown by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glitter scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delicate he became. When the water around him was glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. Oh.
That's it right there, just one.
The most prized possession, he gave it away, yet he was very happy. Come on, rainbow fish. come and play with us. Here, I can say rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join
I
his
don't like to
friends.
see the trees bare.
Yay!
The end.
I don't like
Okay.
to see trees without any.
Now, I'll swap it.
Area.
All of this, we can look back if we need to. We're gonna answer
Which one?
3 questions I made for you.
Okay.
They're easy. The first one was, what changed the fish's mind about sharing his scales? Because at first he didn't want to, so what made him change his mind about sharing it?
That the school gave him some advice.
Yeah, the big octopus.
The
W.
big,
Let me write.
how do you spell octopus?
Right.
Oc. This is C.
Oh.
No, you're right. It's O-C.
O-C-T-O.
O. The octopus is a U-S.
The big octopus gave
One more.
him.
See, I don't like the cold.
Had, so A-D.
I don't like the cold. What else I don't like? I don't like.
Advice is a C-E-N.
C.
E. Good. Second question. How did the fish feel after sharing his
I
scales?
have to read them all the time, so I don't like.
Like very generous.
What else do I
Yeah,
like?
generous. It's a good word.
Or from the definition. How do you spell very?
Very is, there's the V.
Yeah, it's probably not, I like fall of it, so I like.
I never-
I like put it on the pie.
Very-
Generous starts with
So
a
you
G.
don't want anything else, then just.
Gen.
Like fall, right?
E-N. It's an N sound.
G-E-N.
What 2 letters make an sound?
E-R.
A friend I am thankful for.
O-U-S.
O-U-S. Very generous.
Good.
And
Okay. Now, at the end, do you think the fish was happier with or without his scales?
he had one scale left.
But that's when he was playing with his friends the most, right? So he was the
What
happiest.
else are you thankful for? What's his name? You better.
Okay.
You have one better?
Nope, I only have 2 more things to do with you. We did all these checklists and we're down to right here. 2 more things. So we're just about the end. I'm gonna draw a little squiggly line. Now, after reading the book, after seeing him share his scales, he was sad to give them away, but then felt happy after. What is one connection, like I did earlier and we did, what is one connection that you could make to the book?
Let's see. It's place I am thankful for.
We can look through one way that you feel similar, maybe about the time that you shared, or
I share my
when did you share your cookie?
with my little sister.
Okay, that's a good example. So you can write that.
Shared my
A skill or gift I am thankful for. A skill, so something that you're thankful for. Something that you do that you're thankful for. A gift that you have, something you like doing.
Good. So I'm gonna write what could be connected. Okay, the fish
shared his
shared all his scales. So now, underline for me. Where is your connection to the fish? Underline in each sentence. What word shows that it's a connection?
They leave. So they go someplace because it gets cold here, so they.
Perfect. So that's your connection. That's a good one.
Florida because it's
The last thing I want to point out is that on almost all of these pages, when talking about the scales, there's these long words. Look at these: dazzling, shimmering.
shimmy.
They're big, long words, and they end. What does it end with? What's the ending here between dazzling, shimmering?
I don't know.
Okay, the last 3 letters are the same. It's an ing. I'm talking about ing words. So we can add ing to a lot of words, and we can make it an adjective, something that describes you, right? So the original word here would be dazzle. Dazzle and shimmer kind of mean the same thing, like shiny or sparkly. But if you put dazzling and you add an ing, you can make it, I can make it about you. So I can say something like, the disco ball was the only thing to dazzle, because it was so sparkly. Or I could say, if you were wearing a shiny shirt, that Parrish is dazzling, so I can make it describe you. Okay, let's see if that's real quick.
Or like paint, like with glitter and.
You can say glittering.
And I might, and I don't know if it's for sure, but I think my costume just for my kid.
Oh, really?
And I'm gonna be a zombie.
That's good.
So what I'm planning to, I'm trying to prank my friends, cause they're, I mean,
What else?
sometimes they're kind of smart, sometimes they're like kind of, like,
Mhm.
yeah. And then they're probably gonna fall for it, cause I can act so good at it. I can even scare my little sister away.
Okay, well, show me, just finish this real quick. I want you to add an ing to make these words an adjective. So if I, our first word is interest. Like, I show interest in reading this book. But I wanna make it adjective by adding an ing.
What's part of the pumpkin?
So add an ing to this one.
Like, I'm good at eating
What part of the pumpkin family?
avocados.
No.
Right, and this one's tricky. We have interesting and we have moving. We need to drop this E.
Part of the pumpkin family.
Oh.
That's a tricky one. M-O-V-I-N-G.
Squash.
So it starts with move, like you have to move, that is describing a thing. And then it's Parrish is moving, he's writing, and then it becomes active, it describes you what you're doing. So you wrote moving, right? Put the ing on this one for me. Because a lot of times to describe these shiny scales, we use ing words in the book.
If we have 2 minutes, let me to the restroom. Okay. If I go, I think I'm really after we done brushing my shoes.
That's right. Have a good weekend, enjoy the training.